Hey guys, in today's video, I'm sharing some fantastic long-wearing foundations for all different skin types. I have different finishes and coverage levels and price points as well. I know that transfer proof and long-wearing foundations and makeup is a big deal right now. So these are all foundations that I have tried and have had really great results with in my climate and on my skin type. Now I live in a super hot, super humid climate. So for a foundation to make it into this video, it really has to be good because it is put through the ringer with where I live in combination with my skin type, which is combination oily, meaning that I get shiny in my T-zone, especially during this time of year, and the perimeter of my face is more on the normal side. I test a lot of foundations out here on my channel, and these are the ones that made the cut, and there are options in here for dry and normal skin as well. Now, if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, or if you've been watching my videos but you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before the end of this video. So let's go ahead and get into my first long-wearing foundation. Now everyone's going to vary with this type of thing depending on the climate you live in, your skin type, the skin care and primer that you use before you put on your foundation, how long you let those sink in before you apply the next step, as well as what you set your foundation with. And some of what we see as transfer is actually other makeup that transfers off that is applied with the foundation. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to start out with this one because it is a replacement for another foundation that was a longtime favorite of mine that's being phased out. So Too Faced just launched the Born This Way Matte Foundation that is replacing the Peach Perfect foundation. I have a full review on this if you want to see more details. This is $40 for 1 ounce of product and there are 35 shades. I think this is a really great everyday type of option for normal to oily skin. Actually, it's great for any occasion because it is buildable from medium to a strong medium full. It applies very quickly and it looks very natural on the skin. Now, I don't think it looks like you were born with this skin, but it does look very good. This is a foundation that doesn't completely conceal the pores, but it doesn't really emphasize them either. It just gives you a more natural matte finish. It's lightweight on the skin. It is sweat proof and waterproof, and it works really well. I hardly have to blot at all. I have oily combination skin, so blotting during the day is just, you know, kind of second nature to me. So if I can find foundations where I hardly have to blot my oil or shine away, it's always a bonus. So if you have normal to oily skin and you are kind of worried about Too Faced Peach Perfect phasing out and this replacing it, I don't think you need to worry. This is actually a really great option that I think lasts on the skin a little bit better than Peach Perfect, which was really great in the first place. I'm now going to go to a tried and true that seems to get mentioned in almost every one of my foundation reviews because it is so versatile with coverage and finish, and that's the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. It is $40 for 1.6 ounces and there are 40 shades in this foundation. I truly think this is great for any skin type because it really does give such a skin-like finish and blurs the pores phenomenally, and I find that it takes on the finish of whatever primer I'm wearing underneath it really well. A lot of makeup artists use this in their kits because it does work so well on so many different skin types. It's very thin, it applies very quickly and easily, and you can take it from sheer light coverage all the way to medium full. It covers super well with such a thin, watery layer. It's almost kind of miraculous how it covers so well with such little product and it doesn't feel like anything on your face. It's also waterproof and sweat proof, and I have had great luck with this foundation. This is my second bottle for a reason. This next foundation is a drugstore option, which I also think is really great for normal to oily skin, but I've known people that have had drier skin or maybe more normal to dry skin that have enjoyed this foundation too. And I think that's because even though Maybelline Matte and Poreless has matte in the name, it's a nice soft matte. It's thin, it applies easily, and it's more of a demi-matte finish. So this retails for $7.99 for 1 ounce of product and there are 40 shades. I hardly hardly have to blot when I wear this foundation. It builds from medium to solid medium full coverage, and it feels and looks just really nice and natural on the skin. This is a drugstore option that just is always recommended by me because in my climate with my skin type, it just works really well. I feel like it's a really high quality foundation that you can get for a great price. I just did a dupes video where I said this was a strong dupe for another foundation. So I'm kind of cheating a little and combining these two into one pick, mostly so I wouldn't have 11 foundations in this video, but this is a great dupe for Dior Forever foundation. You can see more about it in the dupes video. You can see them on each half of my face. I really can't tell the difference when I wear these. I feel like the finish is the same, the buildable coverage is the same, and they both last really, really well on my skin. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this next one is going to be in this video because I've done several videos about this foundation because it can be a little bit tricky to apply. This is Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. People with all skin types enjoy this foundation for a reason, and it's really natural looking once you get the application down. I'll have my video down below so you can catch it if you haven't yet, or if you've tried this in the past and failed. This is $43 for 1 ounce of product, and there are 56 shades. This is very thin, but is buildable from medium to full coverage, and it gives a nice demi-matte finish. You would think with the name it's going to be very heavy and very masky, but it's quite the opposite. It looks really, really natural. It doesn't look or feel heavy. This isn't the mattest foundation of the bunch. For me anyway, I do have to blot maybe every 4 to 6 hours, maybe halfway through my day, but even then my face doesn't look greasy, and this stays in place all day long no matter what my conditions are. This is just a good, no fail, stay in place foundation that is perfect for any occasion where you need beautiful skin and long wear. This next option is a skin-like foundation, very much like the Dior, except it's a little bit more sheer, buildable to light coverage. This is the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Fluid Powder Foundation. It's $40 for 1.4 ounces of product, and there are 28 shades. This is very runny, and it does apply very easily, but it sets quickly. So I apply it very much in the same manner that I apply Estee Lauder Double Wear. This has blue light protection in it as well, and gives just such a beautiful skin evening coverage with a soft matte appearance, and it just looks super, super skin-like. Your pores pretty much disappear with this product. It's pretty phenomenal with that. It's great with oil control. It's very lightweight. I've worn this on some very sweaty days the way I have done all of these, and it's held up beautifully. I don't really recommend this for dry skin or normal that leans dry, just because I think it can emphasize maybe some dry patches if you have them. But for normal to oily skin, this is just a beautiful sheer to light choice that actually stays on your face. I have fallen in love with the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation, which sounds weird coming from someone with my skin type. This is $48 for 1 ounce of product, and there are 30 shades. This gives medium to medium full coverage. It blends out super, super easily, and it's great for all skin types. This blurs pores really nicely and feels really nice and light on the skin. I love that I can get a more radiant finish that doesn't look greasy. Even if I do get shine breakthrough during the day, it's never tacky. I don't have to blot much at all with it. And I find that if I set it properly, just like with all of these foundations, I mean, I have to set my foundations because of my skin type. You may not. It adheres to my face really nicely. So I love that I'm able to get a long wearing foundation that also has radiant, versatile coverage. This is the brand new Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This is great for those of you with normal to oily skin who want a foundation that is going to give you beautiful coverage with one layer. This is another one that sets pretty quickly because it does grip to the skin, which enhances that long wear. The coverage this gives with one thin layer is just unbelievable. You can layer it and it layers well, but I find I really don't need to layer it. This is what I have on my face today, and you can see me apply it in a video that's coming up very soon if it's not already out already. It's just where I'm testing some new makeup launches, but I've been testing this out for a little while now, and it is approved for those of you who want medium to solid full coverage. I do think that towards the end of a super, super long day, I can feel a little bit dry almost, which is kind of weird for me, but it did its job all day, which is what I needed it to do. So this is a really great long wearing matte full coverage foundation that looks natural. It doesn't look full coverage. It's just a really, really pretty foundation. Next, we have the NYX Can't Stop, Won't Stop, which retails for $15 for 1 ounce of product, and there are 45 shades. This is another one that sets pretty quickly and gives medium to, I would say, between medium full and full coverage. It's very buildable. It covers really nicely, and it gives a soft matte appearance that actually feels nice on the skin. I don't know why more people don't talk about this more often, because I've been really, really impressed with this, especially for the price point. And you're probably starting to notice a theme that a lot of these foundations do set pretty quickly because, you know, they're kind of gripping to the skin so that they can wear longer. And that's how this is. Now, I think that YSL All Hours Foundation is a great option for any skin type. Let me know if you agree with that down below. If you have dry or normal skin and you love this foundation, this is $54 for 0.84 ounces. And there are 39 shades. This is very thin and very quick to apply. It gives a soft demi matte finish that looks very, very beautiful and natural. It's buildable from medium to full and just looks really great with the pores too. It's very weightless, it feels great, and it's just a really flattering foundation. You guys actually talked me into trying this, and I regret waiting so long because it's a really, really nice foundation that is just super, super flattering on the skin. I just feel like it's very age friendly, and it lasts a long time too. Before I get to my last pick, leave me your comments down below. What foundation have you found is really, really long wearing for you? Or do you just completely agree or disagree with any of the foundations I'm talking about in this video? This is another foundation I think is great for all skin types. This is Lancome Teint Idole. It is $47 for 1 ounce of product, and there are 50 shades. This has a really nice consistency to it that applies very quickly and very easily. This feels really nice on the skin, and I think it says it's supposed to be full coverage, but I find that it's more medium coverage, maybe medium full. I just don't think it's quite full coverage, and I find it gives a satin matte finish that kind of blurs the skin. It's really, really flattering. So even though it doesn't have, you know, full coverage, I feel like you don't need it because of just how this flatters the skin. I do have to blot 1 or 2 times during the day with this foundation, but when I have to blot, it's not greasy. This is a foundation that a ton of people just love. It's super popular because it does give such a natural finish for all skin types and because of how long it lasts on the skin. If you haven't seen my August favorites, I will have that linked here for you. I have some really great things in there. I hope you found this helpful. If you're looking for long wear transfer proof foundations, be sure and leave me your comments down below, and be sure you're subscribed so you don't miss my new uploads. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.